Good morning, everyone. How are we this morning? It's quite a sunny day, actually. But Mr. P's just had the heating on for a little while. I don't think it's all that cold, really. But anyway.
Our cold this morning. I'll turn it off in a bit.
Yeah, I can see the ad playing before the video starts, so that's why nobody's chatting at the moment.
I'll be there in a sec.
It all depends how long the ad is. It's all right. When I do the live stream, I put the Hangouts window over the top of the YouTube window, and I could sort of see it playing in the background, and I could see the ad playing. So, welcome to the. Hey, Johnny's here. How are you? I'm not normally go about 10 o'clock, but I was a little bit late this morning. I was eating my toast, and I'll just move Callum's trousers. So how are you this morning? Hope you're well. I couldn't think of a title, so I just put welcome to the madhouse, because it is a madhouse sometimes. Got the coffee. That's another reason why I'm late, because Pixie did me a coffee and some toast. So I thought, well, I'll eat that before I go live. Oh, it's either one or other. I mean, we've all been full of colds. I mean, you know, we've been sort of, one's got a cold, then they passed it on to the next, and they passed it on to the next, and it's like forever going round in circles, because as soon as one gets shut, you know, next person's going it. So sort of since just before Christmas, we've sort of, you know, one gets a cold and then the other one's been getting it. Hi James, how are you? Oh dear. If you were wondering, John, DJ Pixie in the Mix is actually Pixie, but he started a second channel so he can download music for people's videos, you know, like, I don't know. Hiya Bella, how are you? You know, as same as he says, he didn't want it to interfere with his Pixie's channel. And if he does happen to download music, I mean, most of the music, or his aim is to download music that isn't copyrighted. So, same as he says, if he gets a strike on that channel, it don't really matter. But he didn't want to get a strike if, you know, heaven forbid that, you know, it were copyrighted. So, same as he says, just to safeguard his own channel, he started another channel basically purely for, you know, music for people's videos. So yeah, so I just explained that. And it's just had a package come in the post. I'm not revealing because he's done an unboxing. So yeah, so he's just had well, you see, he did start putting it on his own channel, but then the same as he says, you know, it does happen. You know, it could download a piece of music, somebody sort of complains and to YouTube that, you know, it's their song, blah blah blah. Same as he says, it don't affect my main channel if it is copyrighted. Hiya, fat boy, how are you? Yes, if it's same as I say, I would just explain it to Johnny that DJ Pixie in the Mix is Pixie, but it's like a second channel that he started purely to download music, you know, that people can use in the videos. But yeah, so That were another reason why we're late as well, because I saw Royal Mail van pull up and I went, oh, I wonder if that's your package. And it was.
That's actual mail.
And that's the actual post, if you just heard the letterbox go.
Morning.
So there you go, like there's Pixie in the background. Yeah, same as he says, if he gets a strike on that one, it don't really matter. But he didn't want it to affect his main channel. Hi, Emma, how are you? I was just saying the packages arrived.
What about my favourite YouTube singer?
Not no letter again, like what we're expecting.
No.
Again. Bella will know what I'm talking about. Still haven't had a letter yet. And I rang them up again Monday.
It's well, dip, good morning, that part.
I think that's a little bit of too many swills and, you know.
Oh, that's the chair.
Was that your chair then? Thought you'd exploded.
Oh, look, I've applied for a Vanquish credit card, which I think.
Yeah. In other words, it's going straight in bin.
Yeah. It's like a phone calls.
Yeah, I rang them on Monday, Bella. It was 8 weeks on Monday, and I still haven't heard anything. And actually, on the answer phone, they said you'll hear something within 6 weeks. So I said to the woman that answered it, well, it does actually say on your own answer phone that you're supposed to hear something within 6 weeks. And she was like quite sharp with me, actually. And she says, oh, yes, she says that needs updating. She says, we've got a backlog. And that were it. Hi, Kieran, how are you? But yeah, she was quite sharp with me, actually, because she knew I were bang to rights. Well, it does actually say on your own answer phone, answer message, or when they're going through all options, if you're waiting to hear, you should hear something within 6 weeks. And I says to her, I says, well, it's 8, and I still haven't heard anything. Hi, Reaper Man, how are you? So you know, I thought, well, I'm one of these. I give as good as I get. So basically, when she sort of went up down the route of, well, we've got a backlog, I says, well, it's about time you got your finger out then. People that are relying on you, you know. But yeah, she did, Bella, she did talk to me like I were beneath her. You know, I thought, well, if you're wondering what I'm talking about, it's about a certain benefit. So yeah. And then, yeah, the other form, that's all filled in. That's all ready to go off as well. So, but yeah. I normally go on a couple of hours, Kieran, till about 12 o'clock. So
And I'll be going on about 1 o'clock.
Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy and paste a video that Emma did for me. And I'll once I've copied and pasted it and put the link in, I will explain the meaning of it, really. So I've just got to find it. Oh, sugar. No, I didn't, you know. Normally I'd say it. But yeah, I'm just going to copy and post a link in the chat, and then I'll explain Yeah, exactly, Bella. Yeah, that is a link to Emma's. Emma did a song for me. Now, we talked about this quite a while ago, and I sort of explained that that song was very poignant for me because it was a song that was played at my stepdad's funeral, and my mum had asked, you know, because obviously literally she'd planned her own funeral, and she'd put in the, not the will, but you know, her last wishes were to have it played at her funeral. So it were played at my mum's funeral, and me and Emma had this discussion. Oh, it must have been months ago, and I says, you know, would you do Wind Beneath My Wings by Bette Midler? And I told her the, you know, the circumstances and everything. Well, I'd forgot about it. And on Monday evening, she posted a song, and it was Wind Beneath My Wings. And the only thing I've got to say is, as soon as I heard it start, even, you know, as soon as I heard the music start, I laughing. Yeah, as soon as it started, Bella knows what I'm like. I was blubbering. I were crying my eyes out. You know, and same as I say, it was beautiful from beginning to end. Dennis edited it lovely. It was beautifully sang, and you know, I have put the link in so people can go and watch it. Those that are still in here. But yeah. And then Dennis has sent Chris a package. I'm not saying what's in it because he's done like a short unboxing video. Sorry, I'm just laughing at Johnny. But yeah. So, but you see, I think the trouble is there, Johnny, because the rescue dogs, and they've got to get used to you. I mean, we had a rescue cat, which is Tucker, which is the ginger one. And at the time, I'd got like a corner sofa, and they were behind it for a week. Wouldn't come out. I were having to like put his meat behind the yeah. Same as I say, Bella, I think every song that she sings is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, well, you see the thing is, Johnny. I mean, like same as I was saying with Tucker, he came from a house with 16 cats, and basically, the Cats Protection League and the RSPCA had been involved and said to this woman, you know, none of them were spayed or neutered, so they were breathing. Put your teeth in, Jeanette. They were breeding like wildfire. And they sort of, I don't know whether a neighbour had viewed the concerns to the RSPCA or whatever. So they went in and investigated and said, you've got to have, you know, if while they're not neutered or spayed, they're going to keep breeding and going to keep breeding. So 5 cats turned into 10 cats, and 10 cats turned into 50. You know what I mean? And until she did something about it, they were just going to keep breeding. You know, it come to the point where she found a new place, but she was only allowed two cats. So then she went back to the Cats Protection League and she says, you know, I need to get shut of my cats. But she'd sort of not heeded any of the warnings and not had them neutered or spayed and whatever. So basically, they'd grown and grown and grown. But now she wanted something back from them. She wanted to get shut of them all. So basically, they said to her, yes, we'll re-own the ones that you don't want, so long as the two that you're left with, you have them neutered and spayed. So basically, she had to uphold her end of the bargain and have them neutered and spayed before the Cats Protection League had take the rest of them back, you know, in. And Tucker, Tucker came to be, you know.
I put pea pads down for test last night. At night, she puts a front paws on it and leaves her arse off it.
So yeah, so when we got him, he was very timid. He you know, it was like a deer in headlights. It won't come from behind the sofa, but you gradually coax him out, you know. And that's how I did it. I sort of started putting his meat in a bowl of water behind the sofa, so at least he was eating something. But after like 5 days, I moved the you know, the food a bit further away, so he actually got to come out to eat it. And then next day, I moved it a bit further away, so it got to come further out, and that's how we coaxed him out. But now it's
can't get rid of him.
Yeah, I mean, he's like a limpet to Pixie. Even I mean, this is going to make you laugh. Even follows him to toilets, and you know, like when he does a number 2 and pulls his trousers down and everything, he actually curls up in his trousers on toilet. You know, he's like a stalker. He's Tucker now. You know, you can't get shut on him. Not so much me, but he's Tucker. I mean, it was me that coaxed him out and fed him and everything else. But he's, you know. But yeah, I mean, we've had him, is it 2 years?
Yeah.
Nearly now.
Oh, yeah.
And to look at him now, you wouldn't think he was the same cat.
He won't come out short.
No, it sort of, it didn't have much confidence, and they have treats and they have sticks and everything. And like when he first came, it was like, because the others had treats and sticks as well. And it was one of these things where he'd get the sticks out and Tucker would be like that, like grabbing it, because he had to fight for every morsel of food where he was. You know what I mean? And it were like literally, it were trying to grab everything, because you know, in the past, every morsel of food it had to fight for. But I mean, he still sort of does it occasionally, because I think he's a bit jealous of Lucy and Benny. But it's not as bad as what it were, you know. And I mean, I you know, it's like this: if you can't feed your animals, then why bother having them? Hiya, Crimson, how are you? Yeah, I mean, I'm a great believer. If you can't look after your pets, then, you know, why bother having them in the first place? I mean, Bella will tell you, I mean, I'm spoilt rotten. So, I mean, it's like when we have a Sunday lunch, be it chicken or pork, if there's any left over, it gets cut up and put in cats' dishes. I mean, they get chicken and pork, you know. So, you know, did you want to invite up Crimson? I mean, did Bella want to come up today, or do you want to stay in the chat, Bella, or it's entirely up to you? But yeah, but I mean, it's like Bella and it's like Crimson and it's like us. We treat them like as babies, let's say. But I mean, okay, hey, coming up. But thing is, Chris sat there last night, and okay then, Johnny. He got Lucy on one arm of the chair, and he got Tucker on other, and he was like this in his chair, and he went, he sort of lost his rag, and he says, "For God's sake, will you leave me alone, you pay?" Oh dear, it was doing his nutting last night, Bella. Can't hear you. Oh, I bet it's.
I'm not saying anything.
It's all right. I turned volume down. I was listening to something this morning. I turned volume right down.
Let me put the lights on. Hang on.
Okay, then. Thank you, Johnny. I do appreciate you coming in. But yeah, Chris sat there last night. He was like this in his computer chair. Took her on one side and Lucy were other, and he said he were feeling a bit overwhelmed, and he said, "For God's sake," he says, he opened patio doors and he says, "Bugger off out, you pay." They were doing his head in. So I would say just what they were doing me head in. I mean, Callum sat laughing his head off. But yeah, I found them again on Monday, and
they're having a joke.
Yeah, I mean, when I went for the assessment, they said 6 weeks.
I know.
Well, that come and went ages ago.
I know.
But you know, she thought she was being a smart arse on Monday.
Posting to us.
You're posting them to your ass, first class. Hiya, Brent, how are you? But yeah.
Yeah, nice to be here, Chris. I bet you forgot what I look like, or you hoped you had.
Have you had your fringe cut, or is it?
No, it's just
done it.
No, it's just all. Nothing's right this morning.
Oh.
It's just I put a roller in it, and it's sort of gone a bit like Il Drogden.
It's gone a bit kinky, has it?
Yeah.
Hi, Flying Monkey. How are you? But yeah, I mean, I was watching your empties video the other day, and I quite like how you had that. I had it tucked back with that clip in it.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying they like that. You know, I said that I just don't know whether to grow me fringe out or whether to do that, to have it pinned back. And I put a couple of videos up, and Arthur saying, "Oh, get your fringe back. You look better with the fringe." And Arthur saying, "Oh, you look lovely with it."
I mean, I'm not being funny, Bella, but I've just had flashbacks. Can you? What's that one? Something about. Is it Mary?
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. I'm with you.
Oh dear. Not that, I mean, you know, it's you can tell it's like kinks, if you know what I mean.
No. It's definitely not that situation.
Well, I weren't saying it were, but it's all like kink talk.
I know.
That's what it reminded me of. I don't know why. I don't know why that sprung to mind.
Because it's you, that's why.
Yeah, thank you, Emma. Same as I say, I'll just put the link in again so other people can go and watch it. That's the link to the video that Emma did for me. Yeah, same as I say, you know what I'm like, and the minute the music started, that was it. I would cry my eyes out.
As soon as I turned it on and I played it, I thought, she's bubbling for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of, it was one of them sort of moments I were crying and I were overwhelmed, if you know what I mean.
Of course, of course.
You know what I mean? I were overwhelmed that somebody had done that for me, and even though sort of we discussed it months and months ago, I forgot all about it.
If there's a load of noise, Jeanette, they decided to dig the road up outside the house.
Oh,
so if you hear a load of noise,
I can't hear anything at the moment.
No, they had the drills out just now. I think they're just sort of working on like tar stuff now, you know.
Oh yeah. Has there been some problem or something? Has he had a bit
cracked? Pavements are cracked.
Oh, I super new. But yeah, you know, I put the link in so other people can go and watch it, and you know. It says, can I put cats in that hole? Oh dear. But yeah,
I don't know what it is they're doing exactly.
It's a funny old day today. I didn't think it were all that cold, but
I don't.
Yeah, Chris put heating on, and it's, well, I won't say it's lovely sunshine, but the sun's trying to come out, I think.
Yes, it's not that cold here today either. Not as cold as it's been anyway.
I was going to say he's admitted defeat and he's turned it off. But yeah, I mean it's saying something because he's walking about in a t-shirt. So
absolutely, Emma. Absolutely, people don't see behind the screens. Jeanette and I have said that many times. All they see is
yeah
what we show, you know.
About that, haven't we, Bella? And you know, It's all right for people to sit in judgment, but they just see that bit. That bit's all right. Well, apart from my brain, you know, it has a moment every now and again, but people just see that bit of you. They don't see the daily struggle. You know, they don't see the pain that we suffer.
Oh, for God's sake, Chris.
Yeah. I won't be able to gain a fireman's lift up one step, let alone all on them. We see this is the thing, Emma. I mean, I'm like you. I'm like Bella. I'm humbled that people come back regularly on a regular basis. You know, I'm nothing special. I don't put any airs and graces on. I'm just me being me. This is what Bella will tell you. This is what I'm like in person. I don't just sit here and make out I'm something that I'm not. And you know, the fact that I've got even to 1,000 subscribers, let alone 1,500, the fact that I've got monetized, you know what I mean? To me, it's special.
Of course.
And I appreciate everybody coming in. I mean, we've got 9 viewers in now. I appreciate every single one of you.
Yeah, they're working out there. They're doing. The thing is, you know that front. Sorry, you know that front drain thing. Yeah. They were trying to get it up this morning. They couldn't get it up, and I bet it's the roots.
Yeah, that's the roots.
I know. I don't know what they're doing. They made a bleeding mess so far.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? We're digging
there. We go.
We're trampling all whatever up and down the road, and
Can you hear? Oh God! Can you hear it now, Kat?
You can hear it now. Yeah, Nate says she did the spiced apple cake yesterday. It was nice.
I'm going to go off, Jeanette, because that's going to drive everybody nuts.
Okie dokie then, Bella. Thank you for coming on.
I'll be in the chat.
Yeah, okie dokie then. See you later. Flying Monkey says we all love watching you because you are you. And well, you see, this is what I'm saying. I don't see myself. I don't see myself as anything special. I'm just who I am, and you know, I don't put a posh voice on. I don't get dolled up to come in front of camera. You know, I'm just me being me. You know, and the fact that, you know, it's not just people from this country that come into the chat. It's people from Canada, people from Australia, you know, America, and the fact that people from all over the world, and it is early in the morning, you know, that they come and they're up that early and they come into my live streams. You know, this is what I'm saying. It does, it humbles me to think that, you know, that they come in to chat with me. I mean, it's like sitting here and, you know, like you're having a conversation on phone or blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? It's that sort of atmosphere, let's just say. Like you're talking to your friends, like you're chatting to your friends on the phone. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And like through the Facebook group, through YouTube, we have met some awesome friends, some very close friends. And I filmed another vlog yesterday, and they went down very, very well. Chocolate chip shortbread cookies. Safe to say that they've all gone nearly, and I only made them yesterday evening. But you see, it's a favourite of Callum's is cookies, because when he's at school, he gets a cookie, and sort of he sat down and he went, these is nice. Oh dear. But it makes it more awkward, Bella, that they're right outside your house. You know, I mean, I've had it a time or two when I've been live streaming. The landscapers has been out there, and them, you know, lawn mowers and blowers are really loud. So, you know what I mean? I can have a look, Nate. I mean, Kieran's, I've already got that on the list. He wants fudge tart like old school dinner type. And I have found, actually, an old school dessert recipe page. And I'll tell you the name of it. Yeah, I did... I'll tell you that, because I've sort of done it. School dinners. It says www.littlestuff it's called, and Kieran had asked me for the fudge tart, which is you know, pastry, like a custard filling, with a bit of crater chocolate on it. But I have actually but the one that I did, what was published yesterday, was the spiced apple cake. So, but I filmed chocolate chip shortbread cookies, but that won't be published till tomorrow. But yes, so yeah. Same as I say, I've actually found a website especially for like school dinners, you know, the old type of school. Do you mean I don't get what you mean? Yeah, she's retracted it, because bread and butter pudding, I think. But you see, there's one that I liked when I was at school. Yeah, bread and butter pudding. There's one that I liked at school, and that was sort of a pastry, a layer of jam, and then it was like custard, but it got coconut sprinkled on top. I forget what it was called now. I know there's a Manchester tart one as well. There were one with cornflakes on top. So yeah, I'll have a look afterwards, Nate, and I'll do my research, because Bella knows I'm like Bella. I'm like Bella. I mean, I do research my stuff. Oh yeah, just bread pudding. But yeah, I do my research. I mean, there's another cookie one coming in the next few days, but that won't be published till Tuesday. And it's like, they're actually chocolate cookies, but you dip them in white chocolate. Same as I says, I'm just going to throw a few simple ones in the mix. You know, I did the shortbread cookies last night, but this one they're like chocolate cookies, but you drizzle half of them with white chocolate, and the other half you actually dip them in white chocolate. Yeah, Flying Monkey says, when I was at school, you see, I think that's why a lot of people used to stay school dinners for the puddings. I mean, same as I say, I forget what the one I like were called. It were pastry, jam, then like a custard, but it like got coconut sprinkled on top. And then I think Manchester tart was pastry, jam, and then cornflakes. Hi, Food Forest, how are you? Oh, -11. It has actually warmed up here a little bit. A reasonable 4, which is, yeah. Well, it's not for the first time. It's all the time, Bella. You know, it you know, it talks to itself all the time. But yeah, I mean, I did like the cottage pie, and I did the stew and dumplings. Chris wants me to do the meat and potato pie. He says I'm frozen. Oh, you're frozen. But you know, we're to reasonable 4 today. I think it's quite mild actually for the time of year. I mean, we have sort of been down to 0 and minus, you know, in the minuses, but there was somebody, I forget, I were in a chat yesterday or in, you know, on somebody's, and they were saying it were -52. I thought, that's not just cold, it's blooming cold. I mean, we think it's cold when it's sort of -1 or -2. So yes, Food Forest. Bella's just say she talks to herself. It's the only way she gets a sensible answer. So yes, Food Forest. That DJ Pix in the Mix is Pix's channel, but it's a second channel purely for music. So you know what's happening there, Bella, is like on his phone on one and on his laptop or tablet on the other. Yeah, that's what I was just saying, Flying Monkey. It's like 4 here, but it don't feel like 4. It feels warmer. Oh, your internet's playing up, is it, Emma? But yeah, you know, we're expecting the landscapers sort of any time soon, because they haven't been right. Well, according to Pixie's ex-boss, he says they're supposed to come round once a month, but what they say and what they do is 2 different things. A lot of the time they just pull up in van, sit in van, and then, you know, they've looked and they've conquered and then buggered off. So Chris complained about it actually, and you know, that's what he got told. He got told that they're supposed to come round once a month. You'll have to wait for the unboxing. Bella has done an unboxing video. So yeah, he's unboxed it. He's done a video about it. So I assume he's gonna, yeah, he's put a video out shortly. Not, you know, anything sort of fantastic. Well, it is to Chris. It is to me. But, you know what I mean? It's not, you know, £1 million or anything like that. Hi, Ian, how are you? Yeah, it's 70, you wish. He says it's a 17 grand drone. No. It's actually, it's actually from Dennis. I mean, Emma did the video for me and Dennis has sent Chris something. I'll sort of give Bella a bit of a clue, which only Bella will understand. The giveaway is similar to what Trollbuster did. So that's sort of a clue, but only Bella will understand. Yeah. He's actually been talking to Pixie via Messenger, Ian, because what were the problem we were having? He couldn't get the controller to.
Yeah, he couldn't sync the controller.
Yeah, he couldn't get the controller to sync with the drone. No, he's saying Ricky's just got the Phantom. You know Ricky Dove.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he's just saying that. Anyway, yeah, because Ricky messaged Chris and said they were having a problem. Same as I say, syncing the controller with the drone. But then sort of when Chris replied to it, it already sorted it. I think that was the gist of it. But you see, he messaged Chris because obviously he knows Chris had, yeah. So you get the gist of what it is, Bella. I mean, there's only Bella would understand that. So yeah, so he got it all sorted anyway. So I've lost my track of thought now. You see, I'm having a scene. You see that when I say the mind's willing but the body isn't able, sometimes the mind in table as well, because I forget what I'm saying. So yeah, so it did get it sorted. And then Chris or myself had messaged him and said, have you managed to get a flight in yet? And he said, no, because of the weather. Obviously, the weather's been not very good. So I take it you're on your break then, Ian Matthews. Okay then, Kieran, I'll see you. It's another fairy hot water bottle, yeah. With pom-poms on, Bella. But yeah. Okay, go back to what you were. I'm not. Well, that's the thing, Ian. I am doing a giveaway. Obviously, I reached 1.5k, and I said once I got to 1.5k, I was going to do another giveaway. But they might not be up your street. I mean, you can enter by all means, but I've got 2 sets of penis-shaped cookie cutters. So that's the giveaway I'm doing, because I had 2 spare sets. And same as I said, you know, if you're not going to the cookies, I mean, you could always give them to your wife. You know what I mean? But it's just my sense of you. It's just my sense of humour. And Bella has known for a long while that I was going to do them particular giveaway at 1,500. But, you know, same as I was saying the other day, you know, to me, they're just a cookie cutter, you know. It doesn't matter what the shape is. At the end of the day, they're, you know, a cookie. So, so yeah. But, you know, they didn't cost a fortune by any stretch of, you know, the imagination. But it's just my way of giving back, you know, to people that they've been there to support me. Yeah. But you see, same as I was doing the explanation thing the other day, Emma, and I said, when we had the meet-up in June, I wanted these cookie cutters. And I ordered some off Amazon. You pay for them, and then it comes up, your item will be delivered on such and such a date. Well, it was too late for the meetup. So that was that one. So then I went on another site. Yeah, I mean, they actually, baby, do you want to get me that set of things in that cupboard where cat meat and everything is?
What?
Them cookie cutters.
Oh.
Hi, Cole Outdoors, how are you? So anyway, I ordered a second set, and the same again, I paid for them, and then it came up, your order will be delivered on such and such a date. Well, that was too late. So I went on Amazon again. You see, Pixie's got an Amazon Prime account. So if you were to order them through Amazon Prime, you got them next day. Well, he kept saying, well, you're not ordering them on my Amazon Prime. So, yeah. So, I mean, this is just one set, but I've got two sets, and this is what I'm... Oh, he's knocking things flying again. This is what I'm going to be giving away. So, but anybody that knows me knows it's just my sense of humour. It's the cookie cutters, but the shape of a man's willy. So, but yeah, that's what I'm going to be giving away. You've got the small version, you've got the medium version, and then you've got the big one. So I'm going to leave it a week or two because I'm sort of only just over the 1.5k. So same as I said, if I sustain that amount, then I will be giving. I've got two sets to give away. So yeah, you know, they're the cookie cutters that I bought. I did try ordering the female version, but for some unknown reason, the female version were all sold out. Just saying. But anyway, I've got two sets of those to give away, and that will be coming in the next week or so. I haven't decided on a question or any rules as regards the giveaway. I'm just going to play it by ear. I mean, I'll sort of... Bella's put who model for them, poor sod. Yeah, you've just missed Dennis telling everyone what I'm going to do as my giveaway. I mean, Dennis knows about these as well. That, you know, I'm going to be giving two sets of them away. I've got two spare sets. I've actually got three sets, but these and another set have never been used. So, morning, Dennis. So, yeah, so within the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. It's just a novelty item, you know what I mean?
Oh, mate.
Now I've done my chores, Emma's let me on the laugh. He's got to take a maid's outfit off. Yes, and Dennis, the package has arrived. Hiya, Kirsten, how are you? So, yes, so I don't know the rules and everything behind it. I did ask Pixie, do you think I ought to do this idea? You know, so we're sort of just bantering ideas about, as you know, it says interest just picked up. So yeah, but you know, they're not expensive by any stretch of the means. I mean, you know, but it's just my way of giving back to people that have been there to support me, you know. Oh, Kirsten's going live a little later to show the inside of the castle. Wow. So yeah, it's just my way of giving back, you know, for everyone that's been there for me, for, you know, for sticking with me through the good and the bad, and you know, it's just my appreciation, you know, to them that's been there for me. I'm not gonna make the rules too strict, you know. I don't know yet, but I did sort of banter an idea about Pixie the other day, and he thought it were a good idea. So but same as I say, I've sort of, my highest were like 1,510, and then it's gone back down again, and you know what I mean. It's sort of a bit like that at the moment. Same as I says, if I can maintain 1,500, I'll give it a week or two, and then I'll do the video for the giveaway. Hi, Urban Lad Yorkshire, how are you? Oh, Kirsten says the castle. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce that, Kirsten.
Owensbrook.
Owensbrook. She lives across from it. Well, that's it. But yeah, you know, same as I said, you know, I mean, it might be just the ladies that enter. I don't know. I mean, I don't know the response, what the response is going to be, because of the item that I'm doing the giveaway for. But it's same as I said, it's just a novelty item. You know, it's just a novelty item. If a guy enters and wins it, then, you know, make out you bought them for your wife and just say, hey, I've bought you a little something, or you know what I mean. It's if you win them, you win them. You know, whatever you do or tell your wife is up to you. But yeah, me, some as I say, we ain't got millions in the bank. We sort of, you know, we get by, but we're not flushed, so to speak. But I've got 2 spare sets, so I thought, what the heck, I'm gonna do this giveaway, and I'll give 2 sets away, not just one winner, two winners. I am Mona Food. How are you? I'm fine. We've all sort of got little bits of colds, and you know, but we're getting by. We're getting there slowly but surely. Apart from like keep passing colds round. There's only 3 of us in the household, but we all seem to have a cold at some time or other. I bought her an iron once. I ain't buying her anything else for the kitchen, which she can't throw at me. Well, you'd be all right with these here. You know, they're only very light. Hi, Centroid, how are you? We see this as the thing, Bella. I mean, it was like the other morning, Callum was sneezing his head off. It's like Callum had the cold just before Christmas. Then I got it. Then Chris got it. Then Callum sort of got it back. So it's like passing it round from one to other. And at some point, we all got colds. Where are you from? Oh, Pixie's answered the question. Pixie's me husband, by the way. So he's answered that question for you. So, but I'll tell you something else. What I've started having as well, Bella. I mean, I don't know whether this is something that you experience. I've had a lot of problems with my feet, and when I walk, it feels like I'm walking on hot coals. So, I mean, I don't know whether sort of it's something that you've experienced, but that I've been having that problem as well. I'm redoing my channel, all new thumbnails coming soon, and redoing some of my songs. Ooh, that should be interesting. So, again, while I've got the chance and while Emma's in, I'm just going to post the link to that song on Emma McCullum's channel. And I do urge everyone to go over to support Emma, comment, like, and listen to the song. Oh, Selby. It's all right, I'm not originally from Yorkshire. I'm from Nottinghamshire. So yeah, that is the link to the song that Emma superbly did for me. Trust you, Ian. This is I've got a problem with my feet. My gloves won't fit. Hi, Osby, Chandy, how are you? We see I have always had a problem with the lack of circulation in my feet, but this were like nothing that I'd had before. It hurt me to walk, and it felt like every step I take, it felt like I was walking on hot coals. I don't know. I just wondered if anybody sort of, you know, sort of had it and could tell me what it is. But you know what I mean? It's something that I've never had before. I've had problems with my circulation. So, yeah. So, I mean, you know, that is a song and it's dedicated to me, but it's got meaning because it was a song for my mum. I mean, it does say on the beginning of the screen, it's dedicated to me in the name of my mum, because it's a song that were played at my mum's funeral and my stepdad. So it's got sort of poignant meaning for me. So, you know, and it was beautifully sung by Emma. You know, that's all I can say. It was beautifully sung. So, you know. Hey, Asgard's in as well. How are you? Haven't you had anything to eat yet?
No, I'm going to get it now.
Well, go and get something then.
That's what I'm doing. That's why I've just typed it in the chat.
Well, you should have had something a long time ago.
Well, you know me. I can't.
I'm telling him off because he hasn't had anything to eat yet. And it's like nearly 10 past 11. But yeah, I just wondered if it was something. Oh dear, that were a bit silly, Andy. You see, I did when we was in Spain. I did that. Went to post box in his bare feet and got a blister on his feet.
No, not good.
Jeremy Kyle live because I'm telling you off. Dennis has put Jeremy Kyle live because I'm telling you off for not having anything to eat. But yeah, I mean, I made that mistake when we went to Spain on his honeymoon, Andy. I walked about with nothing on my feet, and I got a blister on my feet. So I've sort of never made that mistake since.
Then guess what?
Kirsten says she thinks it might be circulation or nerve damage. Are you gone cold now?
It's cold now, so I'm whacking my jumper on.
So yeah. Okay then, Food Forest, thank you for coming in.
See you later.
Hiya, Baz, how are you?
Hello, Baz.
But yeah, it's same as to say, it's something that I've never had before, and I wondered if anybody knew, you know, what it was. It's like, you know the thin bones that you've got sort of going down to your toes. It's a case of they felt like they were, I don't know, throbbing, but when I walked, it felt like I was walking on hot coals. Okay then, Ian, thank you for coming in. It's not so much that my feet go numb, Bella. It's the fact that they feel like they're throbbing, but when I walk, they felt like I were walking on hot coals. That's the only way I can describe it. But as a rule, I don't normally have a problem with my feet. Well, my ankles, yeah. I mean, my ankles are swollen up, and with arthritis, I do get pain in my ankles, but never actually my feet. Oh, Asgard's got a new. He's come in his other one, and he's got a new gaming channel.
Ooh.
We see Pixie's done a new channel, but is this like music for your videos and whatever? So no content. I'll go across and support you anyway. So when it eventually loads up. Oh, you're not doing bad. You've got, well, with my support now, you've got 14. So there you go. You've got another supporter there. So you've now got 14. So do you think it's the new meds that is causing you to not feel well, Emma, or you know, do you think it's the medication that's having an adverse effect on you? Yeah, you've got 14 now. Yeah, the same as
16 in a minute.
Same as oh, Pixie says you soon to have 15 in a minute.
16.
Well, it is. It got 13, and I've just supported him, so that's 40.
Pixie.
Oh, Pixie and DJ Pixie in the Mix. That's Pixie's other channel, by the way. DJ Pixie in the Mix. I mean, it's a bit of a sort of a jokey name because that is Pixie's other channel. It's like music for your videos, etc. You know, I mean, if he downloaded one this morning, asked us that'd be ideal for people for the drone videos. It's put no, I think it's me.
18.
Oh, you've got 18 now. But sometimes if they switch your medication, it does, you know, it sort of, as I always say, it knocks you off kilter, if you know what I mean. I don't like them switching my medication about too much because at the moment, the medication I'm on suits me, if you know what I mean. And it's like, Urban Lad says, beauty on a budget, I got you. I might have to come for some beauty advice. But yeah, you know, I mean, it's sometimes if it's like too drastic of a, you know, a thing. Same as I say, the medication I'm on at the moment suits me. I don't have any effects from it. You know what I mean? And I mean, it's like it's like me. I take a vitamin D supplement. Now that is because I don't go out very much, and it's like it's because it's lack of sunlight or daylight or whatever. But the one that I was on were called Calcichew. Now, about 6 months ago, they says to me, well, we can't source this Calcichew anymore. I'm going to get the doctor to ring you up and like suggest an alternative. So basically, and I'm saying, oh, well, the ones that I've been on are suiting me, you know, I'm not having any upset stomach or anything like that. And I were a bit dubious of going on these others. But I've been on these others, some as say, for the last 6 months, and I've been all right with them. So, but I don't like them messing about with my medication. You see, another thing as well, you know, the pain that I've got, they wanted me to go on this medication called naproxen. Now, it does say, you know, I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but you know, the information leaflet that you get inside the tablets, I'm a stickler. I always read through the information leaflet before I take anything. So, and one of the things it says, please be aware that in some people, this naproxen, I think is what it's called, it can give you an upset stomach. So I thought, well, I'll give it a go, because you know, I think it was when all this with my shoulder started. So she says, you know, only other thing I can give you is this naproxen, I think it's called. But then I read through the leaflet, and it does say in some people it can give you an upset stomach. It's not for everyone, blah, blah, blah. And I think I only took a couple, and I was like constantly feeling sick and feeling like I wanted to be sick. But I've got a sensitive stomach anyway. So obviously it upset my stomach. So I just rung doctors up and I said, I'm going to return these tablets. I've only had 2 out of them. I can't take them because it's upsetting my stomach. So that sort of out the window. But you see what I'm getting at, you know, I mean, what one person's medication might be all right for somebody, might not be all right for the next person, you know. And it's like me, I take gabapentin on a regular basis. Now, my mum used to take that, and she used to reckon, well, I don't know whether it was sort of all in her mind or what, but she says that when she used to take the gabapentin, it used to make her head itch. Now, I've had nothing like that. I've never had no adverse, I've never had no ill effects from the gabapentin, but more or less used to say it used to make her head itch. So this is what I'm saying. But you know, it's a sort of what's suitable for one isn't necessarily suitable for the next person. So yeah. Yeah, Asgard's giving advice to Centroid saying you need to add playlist to your own page. Is my playlist on my own page?
No idea.
Creepy Explorers, hey up, Duck, how you doing? I'm all right. Yeah, so sort of, it's all right. We're just talking about medications and the effects different medications have on different people. So, you know, I mean, what's suitable for one ain't suitable for the other, you know, not necessarily anyway. So Brent's came in, gone back to sleep and couldn't sleep, so he's come back. So, but yeah, you know, I mean, I sort of don't have an agenda of certain topics that we talk about. We just sat here and same as the title suggests, welcome to the madhouse. Sometimes we talk about funny subjects and we can sit here laughing his heads off all morning, or then we talk about, you know, anything, nothing, or whatever, you know what I mean? We don't sort of, you know, we don't, well, you see, this is the thing, Urban Lad, Bella's got fibromyalgia. I did suggest it to the doctors, and the doctors have actually said it could be. Hi, Media. How are you, Glyn? How are you doing? Okay, then. I'll see you later. Is it, what day are we on today? Oh, Wednesday. Will you be in Steve's area of views and histories later on? If you're wondering, Creepy Explorers, Pixie is my husband. So yeah, Pixie's channel is my other half, and he's sat over there in the corner.
Hola. I'm Pixie.
Yeah, Pixie's over there. No, I wait. Oh, okay then. But the only thing I've got to say is we don't do sub for sub. We like people to come in, interact with the chat, have a chat, you know what I mean? And I mean, we was in area reviews and histories the other night. Oh, you're working on your app for Sunday, are you? There was one particular channel that was in Steve's the other night, and everyone that came in kept saying, I've got you, I've got you, I've got you. But we was all checking his numbers and he wasn't supporting everybody. So I basically put, well, how come my numbers ain't gone up? You say you've supported me, but, you know, anyway, he got timed out in the end. And, you know, we don't do that here. It's a case of, it's a case of, we come here, it's a good chat. You know, we've got some lovely people in the chat. You know, we don't, while you're here, if you interact with the chat, if people like your channel, they'll support you. Simple as that, you know. But yeah, you know, it's a case of we class ourselves as a community. We don't deal in drama. We don't deal in drama, you know, disrespectfulness, blah blah blah. But we do like people to come and interact with the other people in the chat. If you like the look of people's channels, feel free to support them, but don't, you know, I won't tolerate anybody coming in. I have had to ban quite a few actually for that same reason. They're just coming in and saying, I've got you, get me back. I've got you, get me back. You know. You know. So So yeah, I mean, you know, everybody's interacting with each other, they're chatting among themselves, you know, blah blah blah. So yeah, but yeah, I get what, you know, Bella's saying. She's got fibro, she suffers with insomnia, and you know, it's like me, we suffer from a lot of things, but it's a case of, you know, and Asgard says it's only here for the food. But well, this is it. You see, I never unsupport anyone unless they sort of, you know, being a, hiya Peter, how are you? You know, unless they're being disrespectful to people in the chat, being disrespectful to myself. You know, just come in, have a nice chat, you know, behave, and then you'll be okay. But yeah, I did actually do another baking video yesterday. It were only a short one, it were only like a simple one. I did chocolate chip shortbread cookies. Simple enough to do. And then within the next few days, I'll be doing another cookie one, which is there again is another simple one. The yeah, I agree with you there, Bella. You do. You just get on with it. Oh, Glenn's back from Skegness. He's been to Skegness. I'm forgetting what day it is because I can remember you saying you were back on Wednesday. Well, you see, this is the thing. It's like me. I've just recently hit 1.5k. Now I'm doing a giveaway, but it's like I went up to 1,510, and it's gone down again, and then it goes back up again, and then you know what I mean. It's like it seems to yo-yo a lot, and I don't know. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, it yo-yos all the time. And I think a lot of it is as well, they just support you so they can, so you're going to get support back. But once they've got that support back from you, then they unsub you. You know what I mean? And a lot, I know a lot of people that do that. They do it purely for the sake that, you know, they want your support back, and once you've gave that support back, then, you know, they take it, you know. Well done. It's something to do with your lemon drizzle, Kate. Well, I like to think that it's, you know, I mean, I do these live streams Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays, and then I try to do like vlogs on the days that I'm not live streaming. But as you know, I do the baking. So as I say, I did one yesterday, which probably will be published tomorrow. It's a simple cookie recipe. Then I've got sort of one in the pipeline. Another cookie one, but these is like dark chocolate, well, chocolate ones, but you drizzle half of the cookies with white chocolate, and then the other half you actually dip them, you know, dip them in white chocolate.
See you later, Bella.
Okay then, Bella, I'll see you later. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, and same as Pixie says, don't worry too much about, you know, the subs going up and down. You know, just create your content that, you know, you are awesome. I want to do live, but not got the nuts. Well, you see, Pixie's had his channel a long time, and I never even sort of used to join in the charts. That was his thing, you know. And this particular night, he was doing a live stream, and I happened to walk past to let the cats either in or out. And sort of somebody that was on the panel with him says, "Oh, is that your Mrs. Pixie?" And I went, "Hello," sort of thing. So I proceeded to then walk across here and sit back down on the sofa. You know what I mean? And that was that. And then I sort of heard her saying to him, "Well, has your missus got a YouTube channel?" And he went, "No." He says she don't even watch YouTube, let alone have a YouTube channel. And basically she says, "Oh, you know, I think she'd be great if she did a YouTube channel." Well, I never thought no more about it. And that's just the way I talk, by the way, no more. So when that happened in the April, my mum passed away. In the April. Now, now she nicked my laptop. I can't get it back. So anyway, my mum passed away in the April. And I mean, I'm sure you'll all agree with me. You get to a point where you feel yourself sinking into a depression, not knowing what to do with yourself. And I lost myself for a little bit. You know what I mean? I lost myself for a little bit. So sort of then Pixie myself sort of got on that same discussion again. Well, why don't you start a YouTube channel? You know, it's not really my thing. I feel awkward like appearing on camera, let alone talking into the camera, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? No, it's not for me. So I just decided one day, you know, it's something for me to do. It's something to focus my attention on. You know, our grieving, you know, our sort of sinking into a black hole of depression. You know what I mean? And quite literally, it saved me because it gave me something to focus on. You know what I mean? And at first, I sort of started off, when you do, I just started sitting down and saying, well, I've done this today and I've done that today. And I actually sort of sat there talking into the camera one day and I said, oh, I've actually been busy today. I've been making scones. That's how it all started, the baking part of it. You know, and I sort of, and somebody says, well, didn't you vlog it while you were making the scones? I says, well, I never thought, you know, I never thought about it really. So that's how the baking side of the channel came about. I'd sort of mentioned in the vlog that I'd been making scones and, you know, and then sort of, yeah, that is one of my very first vlogs as well. The same as Pixie says, one of my daily vlogs has got over 600 views. And I'm saying, what? You know, it's just me talking into the camera saying, well, I got Pixie off to work and Callum off to school. That's basically all it we're doing. Thought, well, who in the right mind's interested in that? Me waffling into a camera. But anyway, so that's how the baking side of the channel came about. And then one of our friends sort of came up with a suggestion of doing coffee mornings, which like early morning live streams. So it was, the plan was that he was going to go live one day, I was going to go live the next, and we were going to take it in turns, as you know, alternate between the two channels to do the coffee mornings. But then sort of the other channel sort of things cropped up, and I found out I were doing it every day. And it sort of snowballed since then. And, you know, I'm going to be a spammy raid. Hi, Eric Cuthbert. Thank you very much. But yeah, so, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you a truth here. First time I ever did a live stream. I know. First live stream I ever did, Pixie will tell you, it took me 2 hours. It took me 2 hours to actually go live. Pixie had set it all up for me. And I still hadn't got a clue when, you know, and he'd gone to the football that night. I got Chris on the phone, and then I were having to ring somebody else. I eventually got it up and going after 2 hours. Got there eventually, and same as Pixie says, the rest's history. Hi guys, thank you for the raid. I do appreciate it. I mean, I know some people are a bit funny about raids, but I appreciate it. Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. So here's my number. So call me maybe Carly Rae Jepps lyric prank. Well, you've come to the right place because it says welcome to the madhouse. So, you know, you're in the right place. But yeah, I mean, that's the story behind that. The first ever live stream I did, 2 hours later, and eventually got to go live. I was pulling my hair out, but I kept at it. Oh, thank you, Angels Melody. Thank you very much. But yeah, and same as I say, the rest's history. You know, it's like boom, 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 and you know. You know, it's like second nature to me now. So, you know, for anybody that's scared to do a live stream, you know, the more it's like me, the more you do it, the easier it gets. You know what I mean? Once you've done it, there's no turning back. You know, it's oh, you told everybody, spam it to send everybody. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. But it's, you know, I mean, I know there's like certain channels that don't turn the camera on, but it's like everything else. The more you do it, the more comfortable you get, and the more, you know, I mean, it's like I'm used to people being on my panel. Yeah, Bella's been on this morning. But I'm used to talking to other people, but it's getting easy for me now to sit here by myself and talk and chat away. I'd be happy to set up a live stream where shy folks could pop in as guests for a few minutes. We see that's it. It just needs some, I mean, I always say, you know, not everybody wants to appear on camera, but if you are a bit shy, just, you know, but you know, you get some people that say, well, I don't want to turn my camera on. And I says, well, when you're on Hangouts, you've got the option, you can turn your microphone off or you can turn your camera off, but you can still hear the voice. So you know, that for people that are camera shy, there's not a necessity to have the camera on. It's just getting comfortable in what you're doing, and you know, just to get yourself out there, just to get, you know, it's a case of you take it at your own pace. You know, you do what you feel comfortable. I mean, we've said this many a time. You know, you could come on the panel. You don't have to put your camera on if it's what you're comfortable in doing. You know what I mean? You've got to be comfortable doing what you're doing. It's no good shoving people to do things that they don't want to do. And if that means sort of turning your camera off but people can hear your voice, then, you know, it's that sort of getting them to be comfortable. Hi, Scotsman in Asia. It's going at your own pace, and it's feeling comfortable in what you're doing. A lot of people like you know, are a bit shy at appearing on camera. You know, I were the same. I were exactly the same. But the more confidence that you get, the easier it gets. And yes, as Pixie's just said, thanks for the spammy raid. I do appreciate it. But yeah, you know, it's not everybody's thing to appear on camera. But it's whatever you feel comfortable in doing. I mean, it's like I said to Pixie a while back. I mean, he feels more comfortable just sitting here talking by himself. I feel better if I've got people on the panel. It's like I'm talking to someone instead of sitting here talking to myself. But it is getting easier for me to do that. You know, to sit here talking by myself. And it's just a case of interacting with chat and, you know, replying to questions or things that people are saying in the chat. It's all a matter of interaction. So we've gone down to 8 at the moment. So yeah, we see this as another thing that we've learnt as well. If you've got like more than 2 or 3 on your panel, you get like everybody's talking over everybody. The more people you've got, I mean, I know how many is it that you can have?
8.
But Pixie says he thinks it's about 8 that you're allowed on the panel. I find if it's more than 2 or 3, then everybody's talking over everybody else, and you don't get a word in edgewise. Now, somebody that's coming on your panel, that's not fair to the people that are on your panel. If people are butting in and, you know, people are talking over each other, you know what I mean? Same as Pixie says, he thinks 3 is about right, because you're getting the interaction with the people on your channel, on your panel, but you're not all talking over one another. So, but you see, this is what I was saying, Glyn, about you do whatever you feel comfortable. And there again, I'm saying is, if you decide to go live, you don't necessarily have to have your camera on. You know, there is that option that you can turn your camera off and people will just hear you speaking. It's just that, you know, getting yourself out there, having the interaction with your supporters. You know what I mean? It's like everything else. It's that curiosity as, oh, well, I support this person, but I've never actually seen that person. It gives it that little bit of a personal touch. You know, you're sort of showing, you know, people that support your channel that, yeah, I am real. I'm not a troll. I'm not fake, blah, blah, blah. But if you're not comfortable showing yourself to the camera, then at least you're interacting with the people that are supporting you. There you go. Urban Lad says I'm going to give it a go, I think. But you see, the fact is, it's what I said before. You've got to take it in your own pace. It's a case of, yeah, you don't have to appear on the camera. You can just, but it's giving people, I WrestleMania, you know, oh, it's not a fake channel. It's somebody real. It's somebody, it is a person, you know, and all you've got to say, if you don't want to appear on camera, look, I'm not comfortable appearing on camera, but I'll get there in time. You know what I mean? It's you take it at your own pace. It's doing whatever you feel comfortable in doing. You know, not everybody wants to appear on camera, you know. But the thing is, same as I say, I'm just me being me. You know, you don't have to be, you know, put all these, if you talk a bit, you know, broad Yorkshire or, you know, broad Nottinghamshire or whatever, that's part of you. That's part of being you. Nobody's going to judge you for the way you talk or whatever. But it's showing them that I am real. I'm not a flash in the pan, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. You know, it's just showing people, you know, Canadian, eh? But this is what I'm saying. I mean, you know, if you're Australian, if you're American, I mean, some people in America have got these sort of really southern drawl. I mean, like it's here in England, we've got all the different accents, let's just say. You talk funny. There again, same as I say, I mean, I talk funny. You know what I mean? I mean, I have got the good one coming in, and he sort of translates what I'm saying, because I'm talking about our arse, and he says, you know, people have said it sounds like I'm saying arse, but it's just the way I talk. Hi Ian, how are you? But you know, it's whatever you feel comfortable doing. Americans say, we see Crimson comes in, he comes upon the panel, he's from is it Ontario in Canada?
Yeah.
So Crimson comes upon the panel occasionally, and he's from Ontario in Canada. So it's not, you know, it's not, I mean, we've had Chopper's Rules, he's from Townsville, where they've had the flooding and everything. I'm actually not Yorkshire, I'm Nottinghamshire, actually. Pixie's the one that's from Yorkshire, I'm from Nottinghamshire.
Yorkshire.
So yeah, I'm not actually from I'm actually from Nottinghamshire, but the accents are similar. Oh, you had a flood yesterday, but you see, Choppers comes in, and they've had really bad flooding. I mean, he's lost his ute, he's lost a lot of his power tools, and your granny is from Nottinghamshire. Well, I'm a Lincolnshire yellow belly. But yeah, I mean, Choppers with this flood is so I don't know. But yeah, I'm same as I say, I'm actually from Nottinghamshire, but obviously I met Pixie and he's from Yorkshire, and everybody's got their own accent. I mean, it's like them Warrington people. I mean, it's like I mean, it's like when I talk about people that live in Devon and Cornwall and that sort of that side of the country. Sounds like they're sucking a mint or something, because they, you know, I can't explain the not Yorkshire, I'm so the Cornish accent. It's like, you know, that's the only way I can explain it. They sound like they're rolling something round in the mire. Yeah, but Bella's actually been on the panel, but they were digging road up outside, so they were all outside.
How's it go?
Yeah, they were digging the road up outside us, so she briefly came on the panel, and Baz has been in the chat. But yeah, so you know, and I mean, it were like Kate went live the other night. It's all right, Pixie will tell you we're right. She got this lad on, his name's Patrick, and it was say what name of that film that he wanted, George? Were it a documentary or something? Yeah, Chris were absolutely wetting himself. Yeah, she actually she messaged me in and she says, I'm going to go live. She says, but I'm a bit nervous at doing it because I haven't been live for a long time. Will you come up on panel? So basically we're some chat with Mrs. P or something like that. Anyway, she invited this lad on and his name was Patrick. I'm not kidding you, Ian. Well, it's hard to describe him. You know, that's all I'm saying. And they were saying something about, have you seen this? Have you seen, I don't know whether it was a film or a documentary. And it was called what were it?
Black Pearl or something?
Mirror.
Black Mirror. That
yeah.
Was Black, because he kept on saying mirror.
Yeah, Black Mirror. And but the way he pronounced it, it sounded like he was saying Black Mirror. No, it's a friend, she said, from way back, but it's a bit of a strange one. I mean, that's the best way to describe him. We're a bit strange. Kept wanting to talk about politics, and not everybody wanted to talk about politics. Anyway, we got on about this film, and it was called, the actual name of the film was called Black Mirror, but the way he was saying it, it was sounded like he was saying black. Well, Chris says, what's it called again? Black May?
How do you spell it?
How do you spell it? And so we had to type in the chat, and it were actually Black Mirror. But the way he said it, it sounded like Black Mirror. You know, none of us could understand what he was saying. So, and you know, it were sort of explained afterwards. It's somebody that, you know, she's known a long time, and you know, but it was a bit of a strange fella, let's just say. Angel, how are you?
Hello, Angel, lad.
So yeah, so but yeah, as you know, Chris sits over in the corner, and he was like literally wetting himself. He was laughing that much. You know what I mean? I can't describe him. I couldn't even start to describe him, Ian. He were a bit, you know, you know, but he has got a YouTube channel, but there's no content or anything on it. But then sort of afterwards, I checked it because I got a notification that it supported me. So I went over to check, and I think it was after Kate's stream or the next day. I think he must have gone live or something. So so yeah. I'm at loss to. He mostly wanted to talk about politics. Hi, Noob Report. How are you? But it's not everybody's thing is politics. And then, you know, Nick, he started on the Irish jokes, and he sort of went off on one saying that Nick were being racist because he was telling Irish jokes. You know, I kept saying to him, "That calm down. That's just how Nick is. That's his sense of humour. You know what I mean? He don't mean anything by it. You know what I mean?" And I can't really explain him. I'm sort of lost for words as to explaining it. It were a bit of a funny one. That's all I can say. I'm okay. How are you? Nick's always racist. But you know Nick's sense of humour, don't you, Ian? And he didn't mean anything by it. But this, because Nick started telling the Irish jokes, the fact that it was Irish, he thought he was saying, "Oh, you know, you're being racist now because you're telling Irish jokes." Kate didn't take offence because she knows what Nick's like. But he sort of took exception to Nick telling Irish jokes. But he wanted to talk about politics all the time, and sort of Nick messaged me, and I says, "Well, I keep sort of trying to deflect away from that subject. I kept trying to change subject, but you'd sort of discuss something for a little bit, and then you go back to politics." I mean, not being disrespectful to this guy, but it was, I think it was his first time on a panel. I think he
See you, Peter.
he says see you later, Peter. He says it's a good job I wasn't there. It would have been like World War III. But yeah, it seemed like, I mean, you know, did no disrespect to the guy, but it was Kate's live stream, but it seemed like he wanted the attention. Okay, then, thank you for popping in, Newbury. You know, I'm just sat in Ballydesmond in Ireland. Oh, but yeah, you know, it were a bit too much in your face for my liking, if you know what I mean. That's the only way I can describe it were a bit too much in your face. Best about it though, all throughout the live stream, we were effing and blinding it and everything. I mean, bearing in mind, Kate had got Sarah at Littling, and he got oh yeah. Anyway, bearing in mind, Sarah was there, and she got Littling, and sort of right from the get-go, he swore. And then about an hour into it, he kept saying, "Oh, I'm sorry if I keep swearing, and is it all right for me to swear?" And she says, "Well, you know, an hour in and you've been swearing up, you know what I mean? You've been swearing all along, so what's stopping you now?" Sort of thing. So yeah, bit of a strange one. Bit of a strange one, I must admit. But yeah, I got the impression that, you know, and it went off knocking wine back and all. He must have opened 2 bottles while we're on live stream. And then he says, "I'm sorry, I'm pissed." It's not something that you go doing on somebody else's panel. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? I mean, if that had been me, I mean, yeah, I mean, somebody's not going to be pissed during the day, but if that had been me and I'd have been doing an evening live stream, and you know, we were effing and whatever, it was just as a fart. I'd have said, look, I'm sorry, I'm not having you upsetting other people on panel, and because Crimson were there as well. I'd have said, you know, I'm sorry, but I can't have you upsetting everybody. So bye. But anyway, that was Kate's live stream the other night, and I don't think she'll be doing another one in a hurry, you know, anytime soon. You're in Sheffield could have pissed people in day.
Yeah, we have in town.
Well, there's plenty of them in city centre, I tell you. I'm not at night time, sometimes during the day. But you know, same as I say, Chris thought it were hilarious, and he sat weeing himself in corner. He thought he were funny. Well, funny is he were laughing at him, not with him. You know what I mean? He were laughing at him, not with him. But yeah, it were. What? Oh, we need little boy's room, do you? But yeah, really strange fella. I mean, you know me, I don't. Really strange. Yeah, I get that, Ian. But some, as I say, you know, it's. I got the impression that he ain't got many friends, and you know, I think Kate felt sorry for him, to be quite honest with you. I think Kate felt a bit sorry for him and invited him up. And well, you see, funny thing is, he came in the chat, our Aunt Chan, and he says something right from get go. And I sort of warned him off. And I says, you know, come in here, you respect the ocean, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I was ready to ban him. And Kate says, oh, no, she says he's a friend of mine, blah, blah, blah. And then she proceeded to invite him on panel. So, yeah, I think it were trying too hard, in my opinion. He were trying a bit too hard. But then he started off coming panel, and he said something. Can't remember what it were now, but I did warn him. And I says, you know, you come in here, you play nice, respect your host, blah, blah, blah. And sort of Kate says, oh, no, she says, Patrick's one of my friends. She says, that's just how he is, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, well, you know, Kate had said is her friend. So I thought, well, I left it at that, basically. But, you know what I'm like, I warned him off, and I thought, you know, he'd probably think, oh, she's a right bitch, she is, you know, warning me off. But you know what Kate's been through, and I was sort of, you know, I'm a bit protective of Kate, and I just thought, well, I'm not having no dickhead coming in and being nasty towards her or anything like that. So same as I say, right from get-go, I warned him. And I says, just be respectful or we'll ban you. And that's when Kate explained they were one of the friends. So, but not to worry. So, lucky I wasn't there. I would have been mentioned a lot. But you see, same as I say, it were one of these, Ian, that, you know, we were, in my eyes, he were trying too hard. You know what I mean? He were trying to get everybody to like him, and I don't know. I can't really explain. Like he wanted the attention, and you know, we were trying too hard to impress. But I mean, I weren't overly impressed with him. Okay, then, Asgard, I'll wait while you go and get your coffee. I will be shutting it down in about 5 minutes or so. But yeah. you know, I think he were trying a little bit too hard. Whether he were out to impress or not, I don't know. But at the end of the day, it was Kate's live stream, and you know, I sort of weren't gonna interfere, but you've seen CCTV user come in my coffee mornings. Now he come in. What we're calling him? It was that. He couldn't even read names properly. What did he? Corsair or something they were calling him. They were calling him something like that, and it was CCTV user. And he were doing this annoying thing and all. He was sat there and he got right short hair. I mean, not as short as what Chris's is, but he kept going like this with his hair. And I felt like saying, fuck's sake, stop. You know, stop messing with your hair, because it was winding me up somewhat chronic. Yeah. Quite so as well, Ian. Yeah. Got no hair on, but he kept sort of like flicking his hair, and it would do him a nutting. Sorry, guys, I just swore, but yeah.
Oh, butter.
Yeah, I said F word as well.
Oh.
I'll probably go straight now. But yeah, it was one of them sort of. She's just put all you said the F word. I know. Hey, sat fishing. How are you? But yeah, you know, I don't get irritated much. But yeah. But had it been my live stream, I don't think it'd have come up on panel, let alone, you know. And then Paul come in, and who else were? And he kept saying, "Well, we ought to do a private," because Paul is one of these. Is a Trump. Paul PMDB. Yeah. He were in there, and when he got on about politics, and cause sort of Paul's a avid Trump supporter, and that were like right up his street, and we say, no, we ought to talk privately afterwards, and this, that, and the other, and I forget who else it were in, and sort of cause they, you know, I think it was CCTV user. He was sort of saying, well, you know, country's too soft and all this, that, because they were talking, you know, talking politics, or they mentioned politics. It was sort of jumping on bandwagons. So, oh, we ought to private message, you know, afterwards, and all this, that, and other. Yes, the only way I can describe him, it was a bit weird. Yeah, so yeah, it were a weird one. What I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to close it down, and I will be back on Friday morning at 10 a.m. Thank you for everyone coming in, and for joining me in the chat. Oh, thank you. Thank you. There will be another vlog going up tomorrow. Chocolate chip shortbread cookies. So yeah. And I'm hoping to do a couple more at the weekend. So I'll see everyone on Monday. I'll see everyone on Friday morning. Thank you for coming in, and I'll see you all later. Bye.